theme. Today we're going to talk about good versus God and understanding the different signs. So you're probably going to ask yourself, okay, Jess, so what is good? Good decisions. Well, good decisions are decisions that are based off your ego, decisions that are influenced from your logical thinking, decisions that are, hi, my beautiful, thank you for being here. Decisions that are affected by your environment. And God decisions are decisions that are made through your intuitive guidance, directly from God, whether it's Him speaking to you directly through His angel or through His universe. You will completely be guided by your divine guidance. It is something that you search within. It is not something that you find in the exterior or in the outside world. And so I want to talk about this because as lady bosses, making decisions is incredibly important. We do it every single day. And two factors that are incredibly important in our business is money and time. And depending on how the decisions that you're making, a good decision can greatly cost you. It can cost you time, and it can definitely cost you money. Now, I want to speak by my own personal experience. I myself have invested. I mean, I'm sure I'm not the only one. You have probably been there as well, where you've invested tons of money, tons of time in products, in coaches, in programs that are supposed to help benefit your business or help elevate you in some sort of way for your business. But for some reason or another, you find yourself just going in circles and chasing your tail, and everything that was guaranteed that you should have learned, you didn't for whatever reason. Now, I know for me, the reason that happened to me was because I made the decision to invest in the program based off my good decision making. I didn't listen to my intuition because deep down inside, I knew that it wasn't the right time for me to invest in that program. I knew that it wasn't the right time for me to invest in that coach or for me to just put out that investment for that particular thing at that time. I felt the clear signs, but I ignored them. Has that happened to you? Do you feel the signs and you're ignoring them completely? Because logically, it just makes sense. Like people, tell you all the time, this strategy, that strategy, you need to do this, you need to do that. This is how you're going to attract your clients. This is how you're going to do this for your clients. And you're following everything else everyone else is doing. Of course, you're seeing results on other people, but for some reason, it's not working for you. Why? Well, it's not working for you because you're not in alignment. You are not listening to your God decisions, your intuitive guidance. You're not paying attention to it. And it doesn't matter what you learn in the outside or, what you're hearing from other people. It's not going to work for you because you're on another level. You're on a different vibration. You're doing something totally different that you're not supposed to be doing at that time. You see, we all have spiritual gifts. We all have spiritual gifts that we should be tapping into that help us with our purpose. However, I would say a good, maybe 98% of us don't really use it because we don't know how. We don't know how to tap into that. We don't even know how to connect with divine guidance and read the signs. So what exactly is God decisions? What is that? Well, God decisions are guidance, divine guidance, that you're being guided directly from God. I would say a good, maybe 100% of the time, it's internal. It comes from the heart space. It's never, ever logical. Ever. There's no logic behind it. There are signs that you are going to get either through the angels or through the universe. He's going to send you those clear signs. Once you go within and start searching for those signs, well, ask the question first and then wait on the answers. He's going to tell you or show you in various ways, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. He's going to show you and tell you. So these signs are what you should be paying attention to have a successful business, to attract your soul clients, to elevate your business to where you actually feel fulfilled and not depleted. I'll tell you why. Up until I would say, a few months back, I experienced this for myself, where I was basically chasing my tail. I was in my business, doing everything I thought I should have been doing, but I was feeling depleted. I was emotionally getting sick, like growing ill, physically ill and emotionally ill, because I was resisting a lot of things. My body was clearly showing me signs that something was not in alignment at all. But I kept pushing through. My messages weren't being received. The intentions that I was setting, for some reason, they were just dissolving. It wasn't working. And I was struggling a lot. It was costing me time and money. And I was just like, what the F? What is going on? Well, it wasn't until I got ill, physically ill, that I had to stop my business dead in my tracks. And that's when God spoke to me. And he said, stop. You're not standing in your truth. You need to step back. And then I was like, oh my God, like this is serious. I really heard him say that to me. It was the hardest decision I had to make. It sounded crazy to me. And I'll tell you this, God decisions, they're not logical. They're so big. They're so out of the norm that most of the time you may run away from them and not listen to them because it just sounds too crazy to be true. One of the signs that God is speaking to you, and I'll talk about those signs. One of the signs is that when you get an idea, that idea, or if it's just an idea that you're getting or someone is suggesting an idea to you for whatever it is, it could be your business or personal life, that you have to listen to your body. How does your body feel when you're receiving that idea? If it immediately lights you up and you feel butterflies inside, and then you feel nervous and you're just like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? How can I do this? Will I do this? Will I have the ability to do this? And then all of a sudden, you feel this warm feeling come over you inside. And the excitement of the idea just overpowers any fear that you may immediately or initially feel because it's just something new and different. Then that is God giving you clear signs that it is in alignment with what you should be doing. That is a God decision. But always, what's important is for you to ask. Ask God to guide you, and God will clearly give you these signs. They're always internal, from your heart-centered space, never logical. And he will show you signs either through his angels or through his universe that you are in alignment. And it will just work out so perfectly because, let's say, for example, if it's something, that you're working on your business and it's in reference to like a contract, and maybe you're walking down the street and you hear someone talking on the phone and they mention a contract, and you happen to listen at that right moment where you hear them say contract. You ask a question about a contract and then you hear them say something about a contract, and then this is already after you've asked, and then you're doing something else and you happen to read something on a website that says contract. It's another sign from the universe, from God, obviously, sending the universe to give you physical signs that, yes, that is a go. Yes, you should do it. You should move forward. But you always feel that feeling of goodness, of nervousness, but that feeling of just joy. There's never any resistance. There's never any knots, in your body or in your stomach, or like that tightness in your body when that opportunity presents itself after you've asked for signs. And when you get those signs, it always feels free flowing. It's just always just right where it should be. That's a awesome sign that God will show you. He also I would say a good 99% of the time, he's going to pull you out of your comfort zone. So immediately after this opportunity presents itself and you have to make a decision, your ego, because your ego is meant to confine you, your ego is conditioned based off your environment, the way you were brought up, the people around you, what you were hearing time and time again, and how it affected you, has a lot to do with your ego and how your ego is now. Your ego's job is to protect you. So it's always going to protect you. It's always going to tell you, think smaller. It's never going to tell you to expand because it always wants to keep you in a comfort zone. So whenever you come to a decision or a realization that you are going to do something that's big, which is God telling you, yes, do it. You can do it. I want you to think bigger, think outside the box, push yourself. Your ego is immediately going to say, no, you can't do it. You're not ready. You're not prepared. You don't have the right tools. You don't have the right certificates or whatever. Your ego's just going to talk you out of it. It's going to tell you, think smaller. Stay where you are. You're fine here. Wait longer. Don't do it. Your ego's always going to do that. It's always going to give you like a knot in your stomach. You're going to feel almost like flawed comments, almost like you can't, you won't, you're stupid, there's just no way. There's no way that you can do this. And it's a lot of resistance that you're going to be experiencing when your ego is talking to you, when you're making your good decisions. You're going to experience resistance that you're not paying attention to, because most of the time we don't. We don't pay attention to those decisions, to the way we make those decisions. So think about the times that you've decided something, and deep down inside, you know that your spirit was saying, don't do it. It's not the time yet. Wait, hold on. And you went ahead and did it anyway. And it didn't turn out so good. Right? Think of those times. Because the thing is that your ego is going to talk you down. But your spirit, your divine guidance is going to talk you up. It's always going to be uplifting. It's always going to be loving. Most of the time, you can hardly hear it because it's so subtle. But you feel it. It's the vibrations are they're high vibrations. They're overpowering, and they're so strong. And they're always positive. And it's just going to tell you, like, think big, think big, think big. But if something is not, like, in alignment with what you should be doing, it's going to tell you, it's not the time. Don't do this right now. However, your ego is going to say, no, it is the time. Look, because other people have done it and it's proved well for them, so it has to prove right for me, because that's just the way it is. Logical thinking. I can do this. I'm going to do this. I think this is the right thing to do. But underneath the surface, your soul is saying it's not the right time. And you're not paying attention to that feeling. You're not paying attention to your guidance, your intuitive guidance, that nudge that God is giving you, saying, slow down, not yet, you're not ready. So you go ahead and you invest money in these programs, and you invest money in these courses, and you invest money in these products, and here you are, you're putting your best foot forward, but it's just not working. It's not working for you because you're not in alignment. You're thinking, you're saying the right things to your clients. Nobody's feeling it. Nobody's feeling you. Nobody's feeling what you have to say. You're chasing your tail. Your money, your bank is just being wiped out. You got no money in your pockets. You've invested everything you could have invested already, and you're just like, what the heck is going on? What's up with this? What's going on? I thought this was supposed to work. I thought this method was guaranteed. What happened? Yeah, it was guaranteed for those that are in alignment, that are meant to do that. But you didn't listen. You didn't listen to your divine guidance. You didn't listen when you were told that nudge that you felt that said, wait, you have to wait. It's not the right time yet. Don't invest in the program yet. It's not your time. You talked yourself out of it and said, no, I have to. I have to invest in it because this works for other people. It has to work for me. Good decision. Gone bad. It costs you money and it costs you time. So how do you learn to pay attention to your God decisions? How do you learn to pay attention to be in tune with your intuitive guidance? How can you see and read the signs? How? Because you need this. We need this for our business and for our life, to achieve happiness, to feel fulfilled, to gain success. You're not going to gain success if you're not in alignment and you're not living in your purpose. You're going to feel depleted. You may even get sick the way I did. And somehow, some way, you're going to have to stop. And the only way it's going to work for you is if you finally pause and start listening to your divine guidance and step and flow with your intuition and make God decisions. That's the only way you're going to move forward and be successful. That's the only way you're going to attract your soul clients, because everything that you're going to say is just going to vibe with them, because your vibrations are going to be high, right? They're going to be high. And not only that, but you're standing in your truth with confidence. You're saying everything that your soul is calling for you. Your soul is calling you to say. You're delivering your messages straight from divine guidance. You're fueling your soul and filling your purpose. And you're filled. You're like, you feel full. Okay? And not only that, but you wake up every day and you just know what to do. And it doesn't matter what the world is doing. It doesn't matter what's going on out there, because you're focused on what's going on in here and up there. And that guidance is just coming directly to you, directly down to you. And you know when to sign contracts, when to collaborate with people, when to create a new product that's going to touch your soul client's heart. When? You'll just know. You'll absolutely know, because you'll go from clouded to clarity like this. Once you open yourself to listen to your divine guidance and start making God decisions, it's going to benefit your business, and it's also going to benefit your life. Have you ever been with someone that, you know you're not supposed to be with this person, but gosh, that person's just all you know. And it's slowly killing your soul. But you don't know how to get away. You don't know how to change that environment. You don't know how to change the circumstances. And when your ego's saying, stay here. It feels good here. This is all we know. This is all we need right here. But deep down inside, your soul is saying, no, it's not all we know. There is more. There has to be more. I need to find more. But logically, you're thinking, well, if we find more, we may struggle a bit. We don't want that. And we spent all these years together, and it's just a waste of time. We have to stay here. This is what we need right here. Right here. This is exactly what we need. And how does that make you feel? How do you feel? Ask yourself, how do you feel? You feel depleted. You feel confused. You feel broken. You feel empty. You feel empty. not fulfilled. You feel like a zombie, like you're just waking up and just doing things and there's just something missing. And there's something missing because you're listening to your ego. You're not, hi, my beautiful. Thank you for being here. That's my girl, Jenny. You're not listening to your divine guidance. Those are not God decisions. They're good decisions. Good decisions. Because your ego said so. Right? And where does that leave you? Nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. You wake up the next day feeling the same, like crap. No change whatsoever. Nothing works. Absolutely nothing because your situation hasn't changed. Because you're stuck in your ego. You're stuck making your good decisions instead of listening to your God decisions. Your God decisions are different. It's time to tap into your intuitive guidance because not only is it going to help you elevate your business, are you in alignment with your business? Are you in alignment with your purpose? Maybe your business is not succeeding because you're not doing what you should be doing. Are you tapping into your spiritual gifts? And if you aren't tapping into your spiritual gifts, what are you going to do to start tapping into them? Because your spiritual gifts may tell you it's time for you to get out of that business and go into this one. And yes, it's scary because God decisions are scary, honey. They're scary. They're big and they're going to scare the crap out of you. I'm not going to lie. But at the same time, even when they scare you, that feeling, that overpowering feeling of comfort, of excitement, something new, something different. Yes, finally, my soul is going to fill up and be happy. That feeling, that high vibration is going to overpower whatever fear you feel. God made you so that you wouldn't think small. You're not supposed to think small. So God decisions are going to already elevate you and push you beyond your limits, beyond what your ego would like you to think. Right? For God decisions, there's absolutely no resistance at all. None. None. There's no resistance. When God or divine guidance tells you something or gives you a sign, you just know in your soul. It just feels like pure ease. As if you're breathing. It's just so natural. It's just like no resistance at all. It's almost like an intuitive feeling of just knowing. You just know. You feel it in your heart. You know. It always comes from here. Never from here. So that's one thing to pay attention to always. If you're tapping into your God decisions, you're going to tap from here, not from here. And I said this before, I'll say it again. God is always going to give you clear signs. You're always going to get clear signs. And now, what are the signs, Jess? I'm glad you asked. So the signs are, he's going to tell you either through angels, and yes, he uses angels, and they are very, very real. He will deliver messages through your angels. He will deliver message through his universe, the universe, through people. Right in alignment with your prayer, right in alignment with your question that you asked, with your doubts. All in alignment. And you're immediately after you hear it, you're going to have an intuitive feeling like that. There's just that feeling that says, I know, this is it. This is what I was looking for. Immediately right after. He's going to talk to you through your dreams. You guys already know. If you don't know, I also interpret dreams. And I teach my clients how to do that. And I'll give you a personal story of my own. Actually, this just happened. Yesterday was my birthday. The day before yesterday, my uncle passed. And he went on to be with God. And it hurt me so much. On Monday, my nanny on Monday came home and told me she had a dream. And the dream that she had, in her dream, she saw me sad. she saw me sad. I wasn't crying, but I had tears in my eyes, and the face that look I gave her was a look of sorrow. And that morning she said, Jess, I had a dream with you. And she knows that I interpret dreams. And she was like, I wanted to tell you this dream. So she told me, and I told her, you know what? That's not a dream that you really interpret. That's a dream that has a direct message. So anyway, that was that. That was on Monday. My uncle died on Wednesday. So Wednesday morning, that very morning, I had a dream. And the dream that I had was that I had lost part of my left boob to cancer. And so it was a really tough dream to dissect, I guess, right? Because, when I woke up that morning, I felt sad. I brought that feeling back with me from my dream. And I couldn't get that dream off my head, and I just knew immediately after that I got that dream, I just knew that dream meant something more than an interpretation. That dream was actually a message, a direct message for me. But what's interesting was that dream, I had lost a chunk of my boob, my left breast, to cancer. And I remember telling someone in the dream, yes, I don't have all of it because they found cancer in my breast and they had to remove it. Well, and I was so sad by that. And I remember looking down at myself and just being sad. And I woke up that day and I knew something was up. And I said, it has to be something with me. It's something with me. I don't know if it's my health but it's something. I'm going to get news. And I'm not going to like the news that I'm going to get. I immediately knew. And that was God speaking to me, warning me through my dreams. So at 6 p.m. that evening, my mom calls me and she tells me my uncle passed away. And my uncle died of cancer. And that was the same day that I woke up that same morning with that dream. God was preparing me for my loss. So God will find ways to talk to you. And one of the ways could be Him speaking to you through your dreams once you open yourself, open that part of you, to that line of communication with Him. He will deliver messages to you through your dreams. So when I came home, I was crying and I was very sad, and my nanny looked at me. She said, that's the look I saw on Monday. That same look that you are giving me right now. So my nanny and I were very connected, and she also felt my pain through her dream. And she was being prepared by God so that God could communicate to her and help me deal with my pain, because that night I felt broken. And I, from a spiritual perspective, I understand, right? But from a human perspective, I'm human, and I know that I'm going to miss him, and he was a dear uncle to me, so I still hurts, right? So she was being prepared on her end so that she can help me cope with it on my end. And that's how dreams work, and that's how God works. So God is going to find ways to communicate to you, whether it's through the universe, whether it's through angels, whether it's through dreams. You will get clear signs. And they're always going to be transmitted in a loving way. Your ego, or good decisions, your ego is going to talk to you in a cruel way. It's going to be like just negative self-talk. It's going to be, saying that you can't do it, that you're stupid. It's going to be maybe followed by a racing heart, that uncomfortable feeling. And I could give you another example of how, God uses your soul to really move you and give you signs once you open yourself up to the possibility of connecting and listening to God, making decisions through God decisions, and really opening yourself up to divine guidance. Years ago, I took a job opportunity in this place where I thought it was like a job sent from, heaven or something like that, because, it was a great job. The pay was amazing and I was really excited. But at the same time, I felt, and I remember that when I said yes to the position, I remember feeling inside of me resistance. I had a knot in my stomach and I thought it was because I was nervous. I said it has to be because I'm nervous. But I really wasn't tapping into it enough to understand the difference at the time. But it was basically my spirit, my soul saying, no, this is not the job for you. You're not going to feel good here. I felt anxiety, but I also felt a great deal of fear and not enough joy. So you see, the vibration that should have been the stronger vibration, the vibration from God, which is always going to be high vibrations, joy, laughter, happiness, bliss, confidence. Those are high vibrations. I felt a lot more of the low vibrations when I said yes to the position. Well, I started commuting. The commute was horrible, but I started commuting there and working there. And my position didn't last very long. I'll tell you right now, it didn't. But every single morning, I resisted getting up from bed to go to work. I resisted that. I hated it. When I would walk through the door, I just felt this immense black cloud just come over me. And I felt miserable. My stomach was in knots the entire time. Signs. These are all signs, my dear. Take notes. My stomach was in knots the entire time. Okay? And my spirit was resisting this place. I didn't want to be there. Until God pulled me out of that situation and I ended up leaving the place. It's funny how that works, but I ended up leaving that place and I didn't last. I think I probably lasted maybe a month and a half. So I didn't last a long time. But had I listened to my body and listened to my intuitive guidance and asked God to guide me, to give me clear signs before making the decision, instead of just basing it on my good decision making, I would have known that wasn't the place for me. I would have known that I didn't need to be there, that I wasn't going to feel good there, that I wasn't going to excel being there. So I ask you, how do you stand in your business right now? How are you feeling in your business right now? How are you feeling with your clients, connecting, delivering your message? How are you feeling? Are you resisting anything? Because if you are, those are huge red flags. That means something is off and you're not in alignment. And you're definitely not standing in your truth. So pay attention to the signs. God is always going to give you clear signs. And your soul is always going to feel at peace. You will feel joy, peace, flow, ease. It'll just feel good. That happy feeling. High vibrations at all time. But there are things that you need to pay attention to. In order to open yourself up to divine guidance, in order to open yourself up and enhance your intuition, you really, really need to remove all of the limiting beliefs, all of those blocks that are blocking you from opening that sixth sense, from connecting. So how are you removing them? Are you removing them? You need to remove them, and you need to open yourself, open your spirit to the idea that you will be connecting with divine guidance. And ask. It is so important for you to ask, and then wait to receive an answer. It is never a logical answer, I'll tell you that right now. It always comes from the heart, hardly ever from the mind. His voice is subtle. You may hear it, you may feel it. It may be an intuitive feeling that you'll just know, but that feeling comes with another emotion that is of high vibration immediately after. High frequency. You will experience pure ease and no resistance. And everything that makes you feel warm and excited. And just transmitting in a loving way. Never in a negative, flawed, horrible, low vibration energy kind of way. Never. So, what are you doing for your business right now? How are you benefiting your business? How are you attracting your soul clients? Are you investing in products and courses and coaches because you think they're going to guarantee something for you, but then you're still chasing your tail? And if you're doing that, then you have to reevaluate the situation. You need to start making God decisions instead of good decisions. I hope that this was super helpful for you guys. Give me some feedback. Hey, my girl Erin is here. Hey, girl. Give me some feedback. Let me know. Again, if I haven't hopped on the phone with you guys, I just want to introduce myself again. I am Jess. I'm the founder of I Am Jess and Confident Chronicles. And I'm a spiritual philanthropist and intuitive guide. So what I do is I help, awesome lady bosses like yourself enhance your intuition and, tap into your spiritual divine gifts so that you can come back strong in your life and business and stand in your truth with confidence. Check me out here. Thank you, Erica, for allowing me to be in your space. I love all of you. You can always catch me in the group. Send me a message if you like. If you want to hop on the phone, I can send you my calendar. We can connect and I can let you know how. We'll see how we can enhance your intuitive guidance and really tap into your spiritual gifts so that you can go ahead and come back strong in your life and business and stand in your truth with confidence, because it's all about that. And remember, when you are being guided by divine guidance, you are never alone. You are fully supported and everything is just ease and free flowing and guaranteed success always. Don't forget that it's always guaranteed success. So if you are resisting right now, then you need to evaluate some things in your life and business. I'll talk to you soon. Much love. Love you. Bye, my beautifuls.